Here we are. Welcome, welcome everyone to the College of Inspiration. So sorry for the late start. Technical difficulties on our end, but we seem to have sorted it out for now. Yes, welcome. I am your host. I am Cosmo, the bard of hosting here at the College of Inspiration, proprietor of this fine establishment, the Pickled Ginger. And tonight, I invite you to join us for a story of a city full of crime and politics and all those things that you don't see on the surface of it, but are always underlying. But before we get into this, a couple of thank yous. So the College of Inspiration is now affiliate. So thank you very much for Wisp of Rain and Gigaratsu for subscribing. Much appreciate your support. If we get any more subscribers or donations throughout this thing, we will shout you out at the break or at the end of the stream. Thank you very much. Another note, while you can chat amongst yourselves in the chat, the players themselves won't be watching chat to maintain immersion. I will be keeping an eye on it though, so behave. So without further ado, I am going to pop behind the bar. There we are. And introduce you to our wonderful cast tonight. So let's start with a dear friend of mine and the wonderful artist behind the character art you will see throughout the Arkpoint campaign. Scarlet, could you please introduce yourself?
Hello, my name is Scarlet Song, she, her. I will be reprising my role as Miss Cotta, also she, her, and it's a pleasure to meet you all again. I've missed you.
Thank you very much, Scarlet. Next, we'll have another dear friend of mine, JuniperFinch. Juniper, could you please introduce yourself and your character?
Hello everybody, I'm JuniperFinch, reprising my role as Janus Amberwood. We're both a proud he, him, and you might notice a bit of a new look this time round for those who saw the soiree. You're in for a treat.
Thank you, Juniper. Next, a third dear friend of mine, and another fellow bard of the College of Inspiration, Rain. Rain, could you please introduce yourself and your character?
It's a pleasure to be here. I'll be playing Scoop. Myself and my character, he, him, and we're really looking forward to revisiting this campaign.
Thank you very much, Rain. And last but not least, the fourth dear friend that I have in this cast, Alexander Chronist. May you introduce yourself and your character, please? Alexander, you there?
Yes, sorry. Something caught in my throat. My name is Alexander, and I will be playing the accountant today.
Thank you very much. And if you want to, if you ever want to know the players' names again, we have a command in chat, just !players, and that will let you all know. Another big thank you also to Eldritch Flatcap. He was the artist behind all the NPC art you will see throughout this session. So please check him out. He does amazing work. I think that's everything for now. So I guess we shall move right along to the story. Arkpoint. Oh, no, that was too rough. Arkpoint, the jewel of the Sataris coast. A city of thriving industry and a melting pot of cultures. At least, that's what the Travel and Tourism Guild will tell you. In truth, this city's more rotten than a goblin's breakfast. Drugs, extortion, theft, murder, all are pretty common in the streets of Arkpoint. From the Seaview district all the way down to the stilts. The Watch try their best to keep it under control, but it can't be stopped. Foulness finds a way to affect everyone, from all walks of life. And this is the story of 4 such people. Let's begin with a man who thrives in this darker side of society. A man who works for the Atello family, the biggest crime syndicate in Arkpoint. A man with no name, who is only known as the Accountant. We will find this accountant visiting Lipton, a halfling man, who is to testify against one of the family members in front of the magistrate next week. So, Mr. Accountant.
Yes.
Can we get just quickly, a physical description of your character for those people who are just listening and not watching?
Of course. The accountant often wears the finest suits. This one particularly he adorns today as a 3-piece black pinstripe. He wears a red necktie, and his hair, dense and heavy and curled, is tied up tightly against his head. You can see his hands are heavily scarred, clearly the result of many a brawl. And generally speaking, he offers a looming presence, standing at perhaps 6.5 foot tall, and nearly as wide.
Thank you very much. So, you've been asked by your employers, the Atello family, to have a chat with this Mr. Lipton fellow, a young halfling who is just a worker in the Dwarnborough district. But he apparently was a witness to some shady dealings and is to testify against the family in the magistrate next week. So you've been asked to convince him to maybe shed a good light on the family in front of the courts. How would the accountant go about this?
Do I happen to know where this gentleman can be found?
Yes. You can approach him. They know where he works, and someone, let you know that he works in the Dwarnborough district, which is more of the industry sort of area of Arkpoint.
I'd stake him out for the first day, and once I've worked out what time he finishes, I would politely wait for him out the front of his establishment. I would hate to bother him in front of his work companions.
Excellent. Well, you see, at the end of the workday, he says his goodbye to his fellow workers and heads off down the street.
Excellent. I'm going to have waited in said street as he comes around the corner.
Yep.
Would like to kind of step out, introduce myself, and say, Mr. Lipton, may I have a moment of your time, please?
Sure. Who are you?
My name is the accountant, but it's not terribly important. all things willing, it's unlikely we're going to see each other again today. Do you mind if I walk you on your way back to your house? I believe it's this way, is it not?
Yes, it is.
Perfect. It's quite nice to take a walk with a friend, isn't it?
Yes? Are we friends? I'd hate to not be a friend with a fellow like you.
That was my sentiment exactly. You're a smart man, Mr. Lipton.
Thank you.
Now, unfortunately, I am here on business. But if this goes well, maybe we could go out for a drink sometime. I represent a certain family, works to aid the community in this town. They go by the Otellos. You're familiar with them, I believe.
You were... yes. Of course I know of the Otellos.
Of course you do. Of course you do. Now, I've heard, how would you say, that yourself may have taken the wrong impression of the Otello family. And while one never gets a chance to make a second first impression, as you know, I think it's important that the air is cleared a little bit, wouldn't you think? You'd hate to make an assumption about something that perhaps didn't happen the way you thought it might have. Like this walk, just two friends down the street.
Right.
Right, Mr. Lipton?
Yes. I can see what you're saying.
Of course, Mr. Lipton. You might be thinking, well, this large orcish fellow, he is here to intimidate and threaten me. And it would be a reasonable assessment of the situation. But in fact, I am here to help you, my friend.
Help me how?
Well, it is unfortunate that I also bring grim tidings, as I have reason to believe that this is a moment in your life where things can get better. You can see the brighter side of things and move up in the world. An opportunity, if you will. But of course, you could take a different path, and it could become a very unpleasant one very quickly. And as I say this, I gesture to two streets, one veering left and one veering right. The one that veers left is towards his house, and the one that veers right, the nice upward path, that leads elsewhere. You don't want to stay in this job that you have forever, do you, Mr. Lipton? You're a smart man, far smarter than this place you're working at.
No, that would... I guess that would be...
A waste
A
of
wa-
a life, wouldn't it?
I would hate to waste my life. I
There you go.
agree.
Well, then this truly is a meeting of friends, isn't it? I've simply come here to help you. And as we walk, I will tell you what it is you may have seen and clear up any discrepancies. But also, I think there is other work more suited to your talents, Mr. Lipton. Another form of employment that would gain you perhaps more financial liberation. For your family, if that is a possibility. Just for yourself, if you are a man of town. Would you like to hear this? Or would you like to choose the other path?
Color me intrigued. I'll hear you out while we will take a stroll. This sounds interesting.
Ah, wisdom and intelligence. Very good, sir. Okay, so I kind of wanted to, offer him some form of employment as I help remind him what actually happened.
Yeah.
So that there is some insinuation. I don't want to just. I mean, I could just break him and resolve this issue, but I'm thinking longer term. And I think this person, they don't have to throw away their lives. They can be something more.
Yeah. In that case, give me a persuasion roll.
Of course. All right, that's an 11. That is.
It's an 11. You make an interesting point, my friend. I will definitely have a long, hard think about what you've suggested here today. Thank you.
I nod sagely. And as he's leaving, I say, as I said, this is likely, all things willing, the only encounter you and I shall have. But if not, we'll be seeing you around, Mr. Lipton. And that one is an intimidation.
Okay. Give me a roll.
15.
He looks worried about the idea of meeting you again. He nods curtly and turns and walks back down the street.
Good. I will keep an eye on him over the coming days to see what choices he makes, but I do not wish to actively interact with him if I have to. Unless I have to.
Yeah. Sounds good. Okay. We'll move on to a small office in Sharktooth, the island situated between the fork in the river and the sea. Close to the bridge to the Dwanbara district, this area doesn't see much traffic, as the smell from the nearby fishery makes most people give it a wide berth. Scoop. What does the interior of this office kind of look like?
It's got a lazy rotating fan that spins in the at the top of the room over the light, giving a rhythmic pulsing of the light as it sweeps over the tables. There is a desk littered with all manner of pieces of paper, most of which incoherent scribbles of events and cases long since past, or even recent ones. At one point, any onlooker might have their eye caught to what appears to be a grocery list. But the biggest drawer is a door just by the front of it that reads in a very clearly hand-drawn written text in paint, Officers of Scoop, Private Snoop.
I love it. And what does Scoop look like?
Scoop, for his part, is sitting in a large leather chair, and he has a very long tan trench coat and tan flat hat. Underneath his trench coat is some dress pants, belt, and a rather dusty-looking vest, and a bulky holster on his side. He's flicking through a notepad and writing things down. It's clear that he is a dragonborn with red scales and long, little, shortish black horns that protrude from the back of his cap.
Excellent. Well, Scoop, there's a knock at your door.
Oh. I'm used to being the one that does that. Yes, come in. Just on the handle.
Stepping through the door, you see a gnomish person. This is your friend, Officer Mary Cross. They, them. A gnome with bronze skin, prominent freckles across their nose and cheek, very curly burgundy hair pulled back into a ponytail. They are wearing the double-breasted uniform jacket of the Arkpoint Watch, and their small copper badge is pinned to their collar.
It's good to see you again, Officer Cross. What brings you here?
Scoop! No, I just hadn't heard from you in a while. Came to check on you. How you been? How are things?
Oh, you know, delving deep into the city's seedy underground is dangerous and tiring work. As he quickly pulls the grocery list and a handful of other pieces of paper from his desk and stuffs them in the drawer. Oh, life keeps me busy, you know.
Of course, of course. Always staying busy, aren't you, Scoop? So, I wanted to come check on you, like, because I know it must be rough. You would, like, after that was a party a few months ago, you managed to help solve a murder, and in front of the Lord Amberwood and everything, but I'm sorry that the watch just doesn't see your potential.
No, I prefer it that way. In fact, it's keeps. I would hate to have my name so frequently thrown around in the papers, and for God forbid a photo. Otherwise, how would I go about doing my job if everywhere I went, people recognized me as this famous detective or anything? But it's thank you very much for dropping by and checking on me. It means a lot.
Of course. I mean, this isn't just purely a social visit, Scoop. I do have some work I was hoping you can help me with.
Really? His eye scoops eyebrows and raises at the mention of work.
Yeah, there's been some people getting hurt or going missing in Riverside, and you know I want to look into it, but the top brass are telling me to leave it alone. But you know, my gut says something's wrong, and
I see.
well, one good thing about you not being in the watch, you don't have the red tape to deal with, so I was hoping you could help me out.
Say no more. I'm part of no school. I am a fish that swims solo and in doing so can go unnoticed into the seedier parts of the bay.
I guess that's why you set up shop here. Smells like home.
Exactly. You're a smart one. I always said that.
I feel the same way, Scoop. Yeah. I'll get back in contact with you once I have a bit more information. But we should
Great.
I hope to solve this. Hate to see the innocents just, you know, having their lives messed with that way.
Yep, say no more. I'll be sure to clear out the invoice notices and rent bills from my mailbox so that any communication doesn't get lost.
Appreciate it, Scoop. All right, I'll see you around. And they walk back out the door.
As when they're out of sight, Scoop spins about in his chair, trying to hide a little bit. Now able to express a bit of excitement at the prospect of being able to do something after weeks of sitting on his hands.
We'll leave Scoop to his excitement as we go to almost the other side of town, because it's not just the commoners that find themselves embroiled in unsavory business. Rich folk have it creep into their lives too, with more far-reaching consequences. Lord Amberwood, in particular, as the rightful ruler of Arkpoint and a member of the city council, he has to deal with the politics. But right now, he's just enjoying dinner with his family in the dinner hall of Arkpoint Keep. We see Lord Quincy Amberwood, he, him, is a fair-skinned, middle-aged human. He's well-groomed, with light brown hair pulled back in a low ponytail. And next to him sits his wife, Lady Violet Amberwood, she, her. Also a fair-skinned, middle-aged human, with luscious blonde hair and beautiful blue eyes. And in the seat across the table from them sits their son, Janus Amberwood. Janus, can we please get a description?
So, sitting in the comfortable seat opposite them is the tall form of the young, fit Janus, with pale skin, slightly more pale than his parents, sitting maybe half a head taller than them at the table. His dark hair tied back in a loose bun, gently keeping his fringe out of his face, as he's really enjoying dinner. He's completely not focused on any of the conversations happening around the room at the moment.
Fair.
Wow, Father, the chef's really working hard tonight.
Oh, yes. They've done an excellent job. Enjoying it, are you?
Oh, starving.
No. Growing boy, makes sense. And
He's talking with his mouth full at this moment.
Janice's mother is just like, good to see you have an appetite, darling. It's you're so skinny. It's a bit. We were worried you were never gonna fill out, but you seem to have gotten a bit more bulk these recent months. And I love what you've done with your hair. We can see your beautiful eyes now. Seems that
Just food still in his mouth, looks up. Oh. Thank you, Mother. I've been getting a lot of exercise recently.
We have noticed, yes. It seems that everything happened at the Mr. Sanguis's party had an effect on you. Are you doing okay?
Oh, yes. I'm doing great. I'm doing fantastic.
Okay, because if you ever
Big
need to
smile across his face.
we really need to talk about that sort of thing. Like it was a scary night. Hate to see you in any danger.
Oh, of course. No danger. No, I'll keep safe. I promise.
That's good. That's good, son. The last thing that the last thing your mother the last thing your mother and I want to see is you getting hurt. And with that, we are going to smash cut. A very slow smash cut because I'm bad at transitions. To by Mr. and Mrs. Amblewood. Later that night, long after midnight, we find ourselves in a warehouse by the docks. And Janus, you take 3 points of bludgeoning damage as a fist hits you in your stomach.
Oh, yeah. Janus stumbles backwards against the edge of the ring. You know, the loose gravel and coarse material under feet, you know, sort of unsteadying his footwork a little bit.
Yeah.
He coughs up once. And you see him dive in for a punch.
the half elven boy that you're fighting. All right. Roll an attack roll. So yeah, as you find yourself in this abandoned warehouse in this this ring, sort of like made of like loose chain link fence. Surrounding on the outside of the fence is a crowd of people yelling and cheering as they watch you and this other boy sort of have a fist fight.
Yep. So 15 to hit.
15 hits. Roll me some damage, my friend.
Alrighty. Damage rolls for unarmed
Actually, it wouldn't be a roll. It'd just be 1 plus your strength modifier.
cool. 4 damage.
4 damage. Oof. You sock this boy across the face, and he like catches himself on the side of the ring, and goes to like kick you as he's like leaned over. Whiffs it though. How do you retaliate?
Alright. I'm going to... Oh, alright. So as the kick goes in, I'm going to grab hold of the leg.
Yep.
And essentially, like, grapple it. I'm using the riposte ability.
Nice.
Yeah. So I'm using my reaction, expending my superiority dice, and making a counterattack.
Roll me that counterattack.
Ooh, very nice. That's a 21 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Nice. And I believe 4 plus superiority dice makes 7 damage as I hurl this guy by the leg onto his back.
Yeah. As he
drive an elbow in.
as he hits the ground, he just like, you see his eyes just like roll back in his head, and he just passes out. And the crowd, yeah. They all cheer as they watch these two youths basically beat the snot out of each other. Some people seem disappointed. They clearly had put money on the other boy, but yeah. And in this crowd, we see a large half-orc man in a very nice suit watching this with intensity. And
as the ref sort of tags me out. Well, if we have such a thing.
well, yes. As it's determined that the other boy won't be standing up, someone walks into the ring and it's like, you see a tiefling woman. She has snow white skin and fiery red eyes. Her horns are like small deer antlers, with white at the base and turning grey, like charcoaly, towards the tip. Her hair is long and dyed a bright pink, with the left side of her head shaved, showing off an intricate tattoo resembling tree roots growing down the side of her head, neck, and arm. The roots meet at the base of her left horn, which itself has been decorated with more tattoo and gold jewelry to resemble a tree. She wears an expensive-looking black dress, matching thigh-high boots, and a cloak that seems to be made from a snowy owl leopard pelt. We have a winner! And she comes and grabs your arm and holds it up. So everyone who bet on... What was your name again, son?
They call me Janus.
Everyone who bet on Janus here, go collect your money. And for all those who bet on Brittle Bones Nikki here, sucks to be you.
Janus allows his arm to be lifted up and raised near. It's like,
woo! The crowd Crowd's like cheers and all that. um, she's like, "You did well, kid. Really impressive."
Thanks, Panama. Whew. That was fun.
All right. Well, you go get cleaned up. I have another fight to organize, and then I need to have a word with your mentor.
Will do. Janus quickly, like, he makes his way out of the ring with a spring in his step and like a bit of blood sort of dripping down his lip, and
Yeah.
there are bruises all over his like slightly light blue sort of garments. Oh, did you see that, boss? I can't believe that worked.
The accountant kind of looks at him for a moment, serious, and then softly the corner of his mouth raises, and he offers a slight smile.
Your technique was quite good, Master Janus. That return at the end definitely pushed you over. When you first arrived here, I would have been surprised you even thought to do it, let alone be able. You've come very far.
That means a lot, boss. He's still panting and like grabs a drink. Gently like rummages around in a small satchel wrapped up in a like a brown cloak on like off to the side. Pulls out a ring and a chain. Gently drapes it around his neck.
Yeah. Tonight you have something to be quite proud of. It was a well-fought victory. You've done very good. Don't be surprised, though. I'll offer this now. The people who run this place, if they see a good thing going, they're going to want in on it. You are very quickly finding yourself to be a good thing. Be mindful, young Janus. These people will cheer for you if you win, and they will cheer harder to see you beaten. But you've done good.
Well, I have to make sure I fight well then. Put on a good show, right?
Of course. So now, it's probably best that we get you ready, get you dressed, and get you fed. Not gonna build muscle or nothing, son.
Oh, sounds good.
All right.
Janus is beaming. Like, he's bloody and beaming.
Excellent. As you get cleaned up and get ready to head out, Panama approaches the accountant. Hold up there, big man. Can't go yet. I have some words with you.
He stops and turns and looks at Panama for a moment.
Because of course, Panama. What is it?
It's business, unfortunately, darling. We've had reports that someone, she like, sort of ushers you to a more quiet corner of this warehouse, just not be overheard. Someone in Riverside is running a protection racket without our permission. We're not sure who yet. Unfortunately, the last person we sent to investigate hasn't come back to us. So we figure you can handle yourself better than most. So if you could look into this and maybe put a stop to it, it'd be much appreciated. You can even take the kid too. He's doing pretty well.
I do not react to that, but I say,
Miss Panama, I think you'll find upon closer inspection there is only one such racket in Arkpoint. And once I am done, I am sure that the records will reflect this.
That's what I like about you, man. I mean, apart from beautiful style sense and oh, really nice arms.
Is there anything else, Panama?
Oh, sorry. I was lost thinking about something else. I'd love to get you in the ring one day. You and me, one-on-one. What do you say, big man?
For both our sakes, I hope it does not come to that.
Playing hard to get. Love it. Alright, well, you get it. You let me know when you're done with that job.
Everything is in order.
Yes, let me know when everything is in order. Thank you so much. Go have fun tonight. Your boy, he definitely earned it. I'll see you around. And she winks and turns back to the ring.
I walk back over to Mr. Janus, young Master Janus.
I'm not going to pretend that you did not hear that. Originally, I thought that after such a hard-fought battle, maybe food, nice good sleep would do you well. But I'm not going to deny a young man his opportunities. It's for you to decide and you alone. I'm going to get some food, and then I'm going to start looking into this. What would you like to do?
Well, I do have my marksmanship lessons tomorrow. No, it'll be fine. Let's go take a look.
As we begin leaving and making our way, kind of check, just
You are aware of what a protection racket is, yes?
Remind me? He says, clearly having no idea.
Initially, when the old families moved, there was a lot of back and forth violence between them across the streets. Many civilians would get caught up in it as gangs fought for territory and land. A protection racket would begin when one gang made a promise that for a small fee of ongoing occurrence, they would look after the shops and businesses of these civilians. However, as time passed and gangs settled down, there became a lot less to protect them from, other than the gangs themselves. Quickly became more of a, if you do not pay us, then you will find out what happens. It's not nice business.
Says Janus, putting on this very, very well crafted, slightly glittering dark grey metallic armor. Brown cloak over the top. What do we need to do?
Firstly, we eat. And I'm gonna go find us some kind of place that's open that puts a lot of meat on sticks. That's what I'm looking for.
That can be found. Yeah, probably this late at night. You'd leave the dock area definitely. Probably head up to near Dwarnborough. Cross the river into that district and
I
find
smile to myself as I look at Mr. Lipton's building where he works. Eventually, we find a place to sit down, grab some food, kind of like eating outside, I'm guessing.
Yeah. Like this place you find, it doesn't really have indoor seating. It's more of like a little in the wall shop, where they just sort of like cook up skewers of various meat and offer them to the people who happen to be like working very late or coming home from nights of drinking.
I like to think that we're well known at this establishment by this point.
You found a late night kebab shop.
You're goddamn right.
Love it. Yeah, no. the the you see a black dragonborn working the counter. He's like, "Oh, Mr. Accountant and Squire, the usual."
Yes, sir.
That would be much obliged.
Coming right
Your
up.
master has done exceptionally this evening. And as that kind of goes on, I'm going to turn back to Janus and say, now I can equate for at least a large majority of what is considered protected by my employer. I suspect we should look outside of that area.
All right. What did you have in mind?
It's a great question. Sebastian, Cosmo, do
Yes.
we have a? Where would I have a suspicion to start looking? Like, what would be good? Because I know where we are, and no one will be that stupid. They're just kind of stupid. So, what would be the next place that isn't kind of our territory?
So properly like what's it called, northern Riverside,
Mhm.
closer to Carnus Heights, which is more it's an upper classy sort of area. So it doesn't really see so much ruffian trade and whatnot. And it's probably a bit more policed by the Watch because it's it's got the upper class citizens who happen to like lobby for that sort of thing.
Mm.
So yeah, like it would definitely be that side of the river, you imagine, probably.
And casting my mind back, can I think of any informants that I might know of that area who may be able to shed additional light on this?
Yeah. We'll guess give me a history check. I think would
No
be
dramas. I also flag with you, I do actually have criminal contact as a feature as part of my background.
yes, of course.
While we eat, I'm just gonna quickly burn a hit dice.
Nice, good.
But if you did want that history, it's a flat 12.
Cool. No, all good. Yeah. You can definitely get in contact with a couple of people around the area. It won't be an immediate thing, you don't think? Some of them are probably asleep and stuff. But you could check back in with them sort of in the morning or
Excellent.
in a few days or something.
Yeah, no, I think that will be the plan then.
Yeah.
I'll kind of, as Mr. Janus is eating. I'll be honest. Actually, sorry. This endeavor might take some time. This evening is not perhaps the best time to get responses out of people who have information we are going to require. Would you be adverse if I found a way to contact you during the day, perhaps tomorrow or the day following?
That works for me.
Brilliant.
Oh.
But I do strongly suggest you take your marksman class very seriously.
Of
It
course.
is important to be accurate.
And I think having spent any amount of time around the accountant, you kind of pick up that he's very accurate as a creature. Otherwise, I think we just have a pretty good feed and then begin making our way back towards letting Mr. Janus get back to bed, basically.
Mm-hmm.
No, that works. You escort him back across the river and up the hill towards the keep.
And Janus is wrapped up in a brown cloak and absolutely no indication of amberwood colors. That would be stupid.
You know, Janus, one day they are going to figure it out. Don't become the leader-elect by being a fool.
Maybe. He kind of looks at the account a bit concerned. I'm going to think about that later. For now, he says,
He's got
stretching out.
bruises to heal.
Right. Long sleeves tomorrow.
Awesome.
Excellent.
And-
Well,
Make their way up to the Amberwood Manor. Now, does the accountant come to the precinct with Janus?
I
What is
would
he-
say at this point they probably have a routine between them as to like this is how far the accountant goes because this is what is sensible. So
Alright.
I think if there is like kind of definitive line where there's a bit too much noticing, then it would kind of
You'd
wish you a
probably
pleasant evening and let you go on your way.
you'd probably bid him farewell at the gates to the Old Town. So like there's the outer wall of Old Town. As you go through Old Town, there'd be the inner wall to the keep. But like these are like it's basically a gated community in a sense. So that would probably be the best place to part ways.
enjoy your climb back into your bedroom, Master Janus.
Thanks, boss. I will.
Kind of give him a
And
nod,
as,
turn and head.
and as Janus makes his way towards the house, or towards the manor, sure enough, hanging out one of the upper windows is a combination of rope and curtain and bedsheet that's been anchored in various places, but like there's a brick missing.
Hey, look, I'm not gonna fault it if it works.
Alright, well we'll leave as Janus climbs back up into his bedroom, we'll leave that scene and move on to the next day. And this is where I realized that some of my backgrounds didn't save. But this is fine. We will. Now, I've talked about the filth of this city affecting everyone. But if there's one person who can't stand a mess, yet always finds themselves surrounded by it, that would be the maid, Miss Cotta. Currently employed by the recently widowed Bonnie Sanguis, they've moved away from the large manor out in the woods, and now reside in a nice townhouse in Chronist Heights, on the northern side of the city. We see inside the nice townhouse, Bonnie is having a talk with Miss Cotta, discussing what to get for dinner. Bonnie is a dark-skinned and elegantly dressed elven woman. Miss Cotta?
Miss Cotta you see to be a dark elf with long white hair bound in two braids, tinged purple at the ends, though seemingly trying to be washed out, perhaps die of a past experience. She wears a cardigan, a white shirt, and a suspender skirt in black, and there sits a brooch in tortoise shell around her throat. She seems to be humming and hawing and thinking about the inventory and thinking about the amount of vegetables they still have and whether or not they need any meat. Is there anything that you'd be wanting tonight, milady?
Oh, I was really hoping for those sausages you always get. Those are always really nice.
Oh, the ones from the butcher shop down by the way.
Yeah, down by
one
the river.
Oh yes, I can go grab those. Sorry about the other week. I tried to get you something nice, but they kind of got away from me a wee bit.
Oh?
Oh, you remember how I told you about meeting that old acquaintance of mine?
Oh. Yes, you mentioned that you went to dinner.
Oh, Yes, that when I asked for that night free.
Yes, yes, yes.
I don't tend to ask that. Don't worry, it won't be too common an occurrence if it's too much on you.
Not at all. Please, please. Like,
Well,
I encourage you to chase that if that's
Chase that, milady.
like companionship. It's something
Oh,
I've
you mean?
Hmm?
Sorry. No, you first.
no, I just and she sort of like looks down at the ground. She's like,
She
I've been
Miss Cotta reaches out a steadying hand, the same way that she has anytime she's kind of got a flash of missing people in her past.
yeah, she's just
Are
it's been really hard, and
I know.
thank you. You've helped stabilize me so much. I don't know what I would do without you.
I'm here for you. Even if we did move away from such green and glorious distances away from people into a bit of a busier city, though I suppose it is more of a distraction for you.
Yes,
but
yeah.
is there anything
I
I
just
can
couldn't
do?
stand to be in that big house and all alone. I know
Yes,
it was
that's fair.
you and Darvin and
Mm.
but yeah.
And
But
will you be okay? Well, if it might take me a wee bit to get down to the riverside around this time. Is there anything else we need while I'm out? Should I try to make it back before the end of the day, or I could do it as fast as I can? Should we call up beforehand to that sort of area, or?
just we should be take your time. You don't need no need to rush these kind of things. Nate will still be here to keep me company, and I have so much paperwork to fill out. Turning like we
Yes, there's.
yeah.
You've been doing such amazing work making the rehabilitation center.
I'm so excited, like to have this that place for people to
Yes.
get over
Yeah.
their addictions and whatnot.
Yes.
It means a lot.
You should be proud of yourself, milady. You're doing such amazing work, and we're supporting you however we can. Is Nate? Speaking of which, have you seen Nate around? Nate.
At the call of his name, he's behind her.
Nate.
There he is. I'm getting
All right.
better at this.
While the mistress is busy with paperwork, make sure you keep her well hydrated, well rested. Don't forget, all right?
Yeah.
And make sure you keep yourself fed too. I'm not going to be around potentially around lunch. Who knows what I'll get caught up in?
No. Yes, Miss Cotta. I'll keep the house under control.
And don't think I didn't see those lying crumbs on the kitchen counter this morning.
He does not meet your gaze with that. He looks at the ground. He's like, sorry.
She just puts a soft smile on her face and just make sure there's some for dinner. Honestly.
Of course.
Kid can only cook so much. All right, I'll see you, the rest of you later. I better. I'll prepare out for a quick outing then. I'll see you soon.
Sounds lovely.
I don't have anything to contact with me with, but I believe all of the watches, all the coppers have spellstones in their towers. Should you be desperate to find me, and I know where to call. Worst case scenario.
Of course. Thank you, my dear.
All right. Nate, make sure you make sure. All right.
He just
be good.
He just nods vigorously. He's like, mm-hmm.
All right. I'll see you later. She turns away.
Mhm.
And she turns away and starts readying herself. She puts a fine straw hat with a deep red ribbon on her head, and she grabs a basket stuffs some things in it, and gets out an umbrella to protect herself from the sun, or if there's potential for rain, because there's always a potential for rain, and gets ready to step outside. As she goes to step outside, she kind of glances out the side of the curtains before she steps out. I don't think rain's gonna. Hopefully, it won't be too heavy if it comes. And as she looks out, she checks. Do I see anything suspicious out the window?
Give me a perception check.
Damn, Miss Cotter. Out the gate. Nicely done. That'd be a 18.
Nothing that Miss Cotter would find suspicious.
All right. She waits until there's a lull in the people traffic, and as she steps outside of the house, into the shadow, kind of out, making sure that no one sees her, her form shifts a little bit. You see her hair shrink up, white, pure, smaller pigtails, a much kinder face. Still half elf, though the ears perk up instead of down, and a splash of freckles, much stronger. And there's a scar that runs along the underside of her jaw. That's quite distinct, actually. It would be the first thing you would recognize if you saw Miss Cutter.
Of course.
And she goes towards the market.
Yep. Yeah, you make your way down the steep, winding road that in Carnus Heights. The residential lots here are pretty large and well maintained because this is a upper class part of the city. And as you approach the Riverside North, the buildings get a bit more close together and stuff, but it's still a nicer part of town, this area.
Yes.
Yeah.
And far away from certain individuals.
Yes.
More importantly. And she goes about. I think she keeps a keen eye out, especially if anyone has any specials. She keeps an eye out for plants along the way. If there's anything, any particular weeds that may be turned into things like chamomile tea, for example. Things that most people wouldn't necessarily find important and just something to pass by, she keeps an eye out for.
Yeah. Yep. There's not heaps of weeds in this area, but occasionally, like in some of a few gardens, there's like maybe one or two things that catch your eye on the walk.
Lovely. I think if she sees anything that she can use, she'll pick it up, just as long as it's within a way that she can, and stuff it in her basket.
Of course. And eventually, throughout your shopping, you make your way to the butcher shops that where you
Yes. To the butcher shop. Hello. Is there anyone there that I can talk to, please?
You see a dwarven fellow with a well-kept sort of short brown beard. His bald head. He's wearing an apron that's bloodstained and whatnot. Pops out from the back room. Like, oh, hello, Miss Cutter.
Oh, it's a pleasure to meet you again. I'm here for some those delightful sausages that you sold me recently. I've had requests from the mistress for another round.
Oh, they are one of our specials. Yes. I'm glad to see that
Yes.
you're enjoying them.
Yes, they've been quite popular with pretty much anyone who's known them.
That's wonderful to hear. How many can I get you for?
If I could get half a dozen this time, just in case.
Half a dozen, of course.
Two lengths.
And he starts cut some sausages and starts wrapping them in
thank you.
paper. There we go. That'll be 12 silver.
12 silver.
2 silver a sausage.
That's funny. I do recall them being a silver and a half last time.
Well, yes, but supply and demand, these are very popular.
Oh, so what you're saying is the rest of the public is subject to this sort of thing, changing willy-nilly and stuff like that. Should I be informing the mistress that the prices of sausages have gone up because of supply and demand? Because it'd be a shame if she found out that she had to pay more and then tell all of the other folk in the noble families that might be coming for dinner.
Roll me. Is this intimidation?
She's basically
Or
she's
persuasion?
basically kind of playing dumb.
Yeah.
So I would say I'd probably say more deception. She's just
Deception?
kind of because there are no noble families coming to dinner.
Yeah.
She
Okay.
would know if there were noble families coming to dinner.
All right. Yeah. Roll me a deception then.
Hi, Miss Carter. I've missed you. Deception in that case is a 25.
It's like, oh,
A silver and a half per sausage, right?
for you, Miss Cutter. Sure, silver and a half.
I'll make sure that everyone knows where they came from. Don't worry.
Thank you.
Oh, actually, would it be all possible to get one of those big meat bones in the back?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, thank you so much.
That would be. Another.
Just for soup stock.
Yeah. I'll go grab you one.
Thank you.
And he pops back into the back room as the front door opens.
Miss Cutter stands a little straighter.
You see Fire Janasi walk in. He just like sort of side eyes you and walks up to the counter and just like sort of leans on it, wrapping his fingers.
I try to look a little intimidated and I step to the side.
He barely pays you any attention. And as the butcher walks back out, he notices this Janasi, and his expression goes sour. He shakes his head. I'll be with you in a second. And he puts he has the bone in a bag, and he puts it with your sausages, and he's like, here you go, Miss Cutter. Hope you have a lovely evening with dinner.
I hope you have a lovely evening too. I make a quick look to the side to the fire genasi.
Hmm.
And do I recognize anything on him?
Give me, I guess, a perception check again.
That's good. I'm trying to fake being scared, I guess. 9.
What in particular are you looking for?
I'm looking for signs of familiar iconography or
Ah, yeah. No, there's nothing really, like, the only thing I'd say you may notice is there's, like, a slight, like, bulge in his, pocket. Is, like, the only thing that's like, that's looks a little out of place, but nothing else you notice, really.
it's his jacket pocket. His jacket pocket? Just to make sure if it's a weapon?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
That's-
Do I recognize it to be kind of a concealed weapon of some kind?
Potentially, yeah. That's sort of what the impression you get. He has something in there that's like could be a weapon.
All right, I keep an eye on him. I'm going to stay back though.
Okay.
I take my sausages and I kind of step out slowly, heading toward the door. If a conversation starts, I'll hear it. But I am going to go through the door, close the door, and see if I can hear things from the outside
Yep.
in case something happens.
Sure.
And keep an eye out and see if there's anybody else like him around concealing weapons.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, definitely. As you step out, you sort of leaning up against the window, sort of near the door, is a dark-skinned human who, wearing like sort of a tank toppy thing and just some long pants. Looks at you as well.
Afternoon.
He just grunts. He's like, and looks away. Yeah. Give me.
I watch him walk away.
Yeah. He kind of just turns down like the alley almost immediately next to the butcher shop and just walks down there.
Right, well that's suspicious as all hell.
Mm-hmm.
I don't recognize them. I don't see. Okay, cool. I'd like to keep an eye out. Is there anything that I see now that I've popped out? Is the air in the street tenser than usual? Is that sort of thing?
You do feel like across the road you see some like another shop owner sort of had been watching that guy as well and looking a little nervous. Most people seem to just be going about their business, but like yeah, there was like a slight like unease with one or two.
All right. I'm going to walk past that alleyway. Walk past it, but I'd like to cast an eye down it to see if I see anything.
Yep. You kind of see the same guy pop
Just standing around
open.
the corner.
No, he kind of like opens the back door to the butcher shop and walks in.
Well, he did not look like an employee at all. As far as I know, you should probably wear an apron when you're going to butcher someone. Or someone, as the case may be. Is there signs of the watch or any coppers around?
Give me another perception.
It is a 14.
Roll me fate.
Oh, it's so nice to be on the other end of this. The D100 roll is a 95.
Oh. Then yes, there is a watch officer you can see, sort of just making a patrol, up the street.
I'd like to head toward them.
Yep.
Excuse me, officer. I'm really sorry to disturb you.
Oh, no worries, citizen. How can I help?
I make my eyes feel through magical means. I try to make myself look as innocent and as like, oh, you want to help this person as much as possible. I saw some two rather dangerous looking individuals going into the butcher shop. I'm a little bit worried. One went through the back door, and I'm a little bit scared that the butcher might be in trouble.
Oh, that does sound concerning.
It does, doesn't it? You'd
No.
want to. I'm sure, as an upstanding officer of the law, you'd be wanting to help.
Of course. I'll make my way to the just over there at the butcher shop.
Oh, yes, I'll guide you.
Thank you.
And I make sure to bring him as close as I'm willing to get, so maybe a shop away toward the store, and send him in that direction.
Yep.
And while after I've seen him go toward the butcher shop, I am going to go across the road to the person that looked intimidated.
Yep. So he makes his way into the shop. And you can make your way across to this other shopkeeper. What would you like to say to them?
Hi, I'm so sorry to bother you. I noticed you're looking a bit nervous. Is something wrong with the butcher next door or across the way?
Oh,
Are you alright?
this little old, well, not really old, but like a halfling woman who seems, slightly more than middle-aged is like, oh, well, I just, yeah, it's nothing. It's nothing. Can I help you?
It really looks like something, though. I'm actually. What kind of store is this?
It's a florist.
Yes, no. Miss Cotta is 100% down for this store. She is going to I think the smell of it. She pauses for a second, especially with the scent of certain flowers around. Oh, this is so nice. Sorry. It's been a while since I've been in a natural filled place. I keep some plants around my room, but oh, it's so nice to be in here. Sorry.
Oh, yes.
I think the mistress. We had gardens before, but it's been a while. You wouldn't happen to have any chamomile, would you?
Ooh. I think we
Just
do.
the flower.
Yeah.
Or seeds. Oh, if we could grab some of that. I know it's really good for alleviating certain stresses, and my mistress has been a bit stressed lately.
Of course. No. Oh, you know your plants, don't you?
Oh yes. If you've got lavender too, that would be lovely.
Can do, my dear.
Oh, and I must ask. You seemed a little concerned before. Is everything? Do you know the butcher across the way? I've been quite a number of times, but I've never seen him look nervous like that, or at least scowling.
Oh yes. Give me a persuasion with advantage.
Looking at performance and persuasion, that'd be a 17.
Oh, very nice, very nice. She's like, oh yes, no, Roland is a lovely fellow, isn't he?
Yes.
But no, those those men are, they've been causing problems just for
Oh.
the shopkeepers around these areas.
Oh dear.
They're just they demand money for basically so they don't ruin our shops.
That's horrible.
It is. It's
And the watch isn't doing anything about it?
they don't seem to be. No, I'm not sure what's happening, but
Oh no. That's not good.
hmm.
That's not good at all.
But
Um,
yes, lavender and chamomile. Anything else I can help?
lavender. Yes, you wouldn't happen to have any color lily on you, would you?
Rush out. Sorry.
Oh, that's a shame. Well, if it's possible, I'll just take this small bouquet with me now.
Of course.
How
of
much
course.
do I owe you?
It would be 2 silver.
I give her the full money.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, well,
You sure you don't want any change?
no.
Okay. Thank you, my dear.
I'm just glad that there's someone around wanting to make sure places are a bit greener. That's all.
Of course. Can't all live in brick and stone and glass. It's
Yeah.
we all came from nature. We all deserve to have a little bit around us.
I agree completely. I definitely miss greener forests for sure.
She takes your hand. It's like, take care, my dear.
Oh,
I
I'm
hope
so
this-
sorry. What's your name? Just to make sure.
Oh, Lily.
Lily.
It's fitting, isn't
Lovely. Isn't it? Well, I'm glad I met to find some Lily today.
it?
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm sorry. What was your name, my dear? I never asked.
Oh. Teresa Cutter. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Lovely to meet you, Teresa. I hope to see you again soon.
I'll try to swing by whenever I'm around the area.
Thank you.
Take care.
You too.
Oh. And Teresa Cutter steps out of the door and keeps it with an eye on the butcher.
Yep. You see the both the two rough looking guys and the watch officer just sort of like come out. Just seem to be having a chat. The watch officer looks-
Serious?
the watch officer just seems like chill. And they seem to be well, give me an insight roll.
15.
15.
It cometh.
They seem to be friendly.
Mm.
Not like super close, but like these people
Friendly.
willing to have a nice chat with each other.
Understood.
Hmm.
Miss Cotta thinks to herself for a minute. I don't have his number, do I? I'll have to bring it up next time, I guess. It was a week from now, right? Thursday, I think. Alright. And then pops, and then like is keeping an eye, honestly. She doesn't feel comfortable leaving the area completely, so she's gonna finish off if there's any vegetable shopping that she has,
Yep.
any poultry shopping, any spice shopping, any sort of groceries that she's doing in the area. She's going to take her time going through it with a keen eye on that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think over the course of your shop, you see these two guys occasionally just, make their way into other shops. Just they'll all pop in and spend a minute or two in there, and come out again. They never seem to be actually buying anything, but they seem to make
They
a stop
wouldn't.
in a lot of different places.
Yeah. Keeping an eye out. If there's any signs that they are about to get violent, though, I think she's going to start stepping up.
Yeah. They don't ever seem to get violent. Everyone, whatever's happening, they seem to just they seem to get their way.
All right.
Hmm.
All right, understood. If they look like they're leaving the area, I think. I have sausages, which means I need to get back before they go off. How's the weather today?
Partly cloudy.
All right. If it's not too hot, I may follow. But if the sausages look like they're going to spoil, she'll probably head off.
Okay. It is the. It is a warmer kind of day, like the late spring. The warm weather is starting to roll in, so there would be concerns of keeping the meat fresh, particularly because
All right.
those were some of the first things you bought. So now, like,
Yes,
the
no,
day's
for
getting
sure.
on.
If the day is getting on and they seem to have gone through stepped through their thing, she's going to start heading back toward the townhouse for sure.
Yep. No worries. Yeah.
But keeping in a mind, she's keeping a mental note at least. She's got a full description of them in her head.
Yep.
Hmm.
All good. And with that, I think we might take just a quick break and be back soon. That sounds good to everyone.
Mhm.
Just before, we've got a few things. I'm not sure if they're still around, but thank you to Jazzy Basie and Kaz the DM for raiding. Much appreciated. Hope you, and for everyone who came with the raid, hope you enjoyed the first half of this first session. And thank you to Little Tinker for subscribing. And thank you to Mick Bisexual for following. Hope you enjoy your stay here at the College of Inspiration. We'll be taking a short break, and we'll be back soon. And we're back. Alright. Now we're back. Thank you all for letting us have that quick break. We shall continue with our Arkpoint adventure. Let's start with Scoop. Scoop.
Yes.
You've been asked by your friend, Officer Mary Cross from the Watch, to look into some people who seem to have, like, gotten hurt or gone missing, or had some maybe property damage in Riverside North. What does Scoop? How does Scoop approach this?
Scoop's first gonna have a look at the area and see if he can get a sense for any of this property damage that's been done.
Yeah.
I get the sense that I don't quite recall if Riverside North is a particularly run down place.
No,
But,
no. It's definitely upper middle class in terms of like the people who live there and stuff. It's a bit more residential, but with a good handful of shops and stuff. It's like one step down from the like really wealthy people.
I can surmise any property damage might stick out like a sore thumb.
Yeah. Give me an investigation check.
I can do so. Let's see, what's my bonus? Pretty good. 19 investigation.
Oh, very nice, very nice. Yeah. So you're sort of just wandering the streets looking for damage to buildings and or other kinds of things like that. I think what you find, something that is very noticeable. Eventually, you see this a carpenter shop. You assume, but one of its windows is just like gone. It's just sort of been boarded up with some plywood or something, as if something broke the window and they had to fix it.
Right. I'd like to enter the store.
Yep.
I'm going to walk in with my notepad in hand and quill in the other, making no hide, but no deception that I'm writing things down as I go, looking about the place.
Yeah. As you step in the door, you can see this is like a bit of a furniture shop. There's really nicely crafted wooden furniture just sort of laid out in a display floor kind of thing with a counter at the back of the room and like a door at the back of the against the back wall. As you enter, a little bell like jingles over the door, and you hear just someone's like, "Just a minute."
I'll wait out here then.
And after a minute, this tall, like toned, muscled-looking elven man walks out. He's like, "Can I help you?"
Yes, I'm just looking around, trying to get a sense for the neighborhood. And I must say, the window you have here sells your carpentry skills short.
It's just a patch job until I can get someone to replace the glass.
So it happened recently, you say?
Yeah. Are you interested in furniture, or you just want to know why my window's broken?
Oh, I would love to take a look at your wares as I get to know the place. You know, if you're in the market for a good sign for your window, I know a really good person. Really flat rates. Never mind that. So, what do you have in the way of office chairs? Yeah,
Office
I
chair.
see mine's developed a bit of a hole. You see.
Oh, um, I don't really have office chairs. I have like chair set, like dining table sets and stuff. But I'm always open to commissions. You're looking for something unique, or if you want to bring the chair in, I could maybe do a patch job on it.
Oh, that's no need for that. It would make the place smell terrible. Actually, you wouldn't happen to know how to get the smell of fish out of furniture, would you?
I never had the smell of fish in furniture. I wouldn't. No, sorry.
That's all right. I'll figure it out. Trial and error, you know. But yeah, like I can't get the idea of this broken window out of my head. What happened, if I might ask? Hopefully, no one got hurt. I say, leaning in with my pen and quill drawn.
Being very unsubtle about it. Like,
Yep.
are you a copper?
Oh, not in the least.
What's
I'm a red director born.
what's with the notepad?
Oh, I just like to dictate my day. No, wait, I got a better one. I'm trying to write a shopping list. Yeah. All in character, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, give me a sec. Okay, that's. Do you want to tell me what's really going on? Because you clearly just changed your story, like, right after saying it.
Oh yeah, I do that a lot. But yeah, I have some friends in this neighborhood who talked to some other friends of mine who were complaining about like a lot of things getting broken and like property damage and some mysterious people in the neighborhood. Have you seen anything like that?
Depends on who's asking.
Oh, I assure you, someone who can help if I can. Can I roll persuasion?
Yes, I was about to ask that.
Hey, what's my persuasion? +3. Okay, 19.
Very nice, very nice. He's like, so you're not with the watch, but you want to help?
Yeah, ready where I can.
That's good. Apparently, they don't want to really do anything about it.
You'd be surprised.
Yeah, basically, I'll tell you what happened to the window. Yeah, some of these guys came in demanding that I give them money for insurance purposes. They said they were working for an insurance company or whatever. And I'm like, I don't need any insurance. And they insisted. They were like, you told me that, like, you can never know when an accident's gonna happen, or, you know, breakages, or, you know, stock going missing. I'm not an idiot. I kind of saw what they were laying down, but, like, no one fucking does that sort of stuff around here. I told them to get lost. And then the next morning I came in, there was a rock through my window, and some of my stock was missing.
Oh, I see. Wait a minute. Was that a threat? They were threatening. Oh, I see.
Y-
Okay,
Yeah, that
we're on the same page.
they running a word for protection racket. Like
Hmm.
we have to pay them money so they don't destroy our business. But it makes it hard. Like we don't run on a huge profit sort of thing. We're just local businesses. You know, we don't have the excess income someone like, I don't know, that big boss guy would. Like what we have is what we need day to day.
Right. Well, could you give me a description of these individuals? How many were there?
The
What did they
two
look like?
the two I dealt with, there was like a fire genasi guy. You know, he got his dark red skin and the fiery hair. Just he was wearing like a leather jacket. He was the one mainly doing the talking. And then there was this darker looking human. He just sort of stood against the wall, just scowling.
Hmm. This darker-looking human, was he dressed flamboyantly, subtly, perhaps a nice business suit?
Nah, barely. He
Barely, you say.
he was wearing like just a tunic and
Tunic.
yeah, nothing fancy. Real simple.
All right. This tunic, like a off-the-shoulder kind of thing. Sleeveless, maybe. Maybe backless or mid. Right,
Just
that's it.
a basic tea tunic. Nothing special, nothing of note really.
All right. Well, thank you. Of course, I'll keep your name off the records, and
Appreciate it.
we'll take
Not
take
that
a
you
bit
even
more of a
asked
look
it.
around. Oh, I'm flipping around a fresh page and writing something down. I tear it up and hand it to him. Listen, if you ever need to get the attention of the watch, or perhaps their ear, you can subtly address this person. And I hand them a piece of paper with some contact details written for Officer Cross.
Yep,
So, but they're the best in the watch, by my opinion.
I'll keep that in mind. I'll believe it when I see it. Alright. Anything else I can do for you?
No, that'll be all. Although I might get back to you about that share. And I'm going to take my leave.
No worries. Have a good day.
You too. I flip back a couple pages and write underneath a list of various other assorted things. New chair.
Very nice, very nice. Okay. What is our large, well-dressed orcish friend up to this day?
So, I, hmm, I think before I go and find the young master,
Mm.
I'm going to swing back via the warehouse where we were last night,
Yep.
in the hopes of running into Panama.
Okay. Um. Roll me a fate for that one.
Just a D100 for you.
D100.
How does 74 sound?
Ooh. It's pretty good. But yeah, she's not there at this point. You feel that she only really comes down to the firing during the fighting and stuff.
Oh.
It's
Right.
apart
yes.
from that, it's just a sort of an abandoned warehouse thing. Like she's one of the top lieutenants in the Attila family. Like, she's got a lot of stuff to do
Right.
around the town and stuff.
Fair point. In that case, who would I go to speak to who is a member of the family? Who would be my point of contact?
I mean, you probably could get in contact with her. Like, just you'd have to give her a stern call or something. You would have her. Or,
Excellent.
Yeah.
I'm glad I remembered that I can do that.
Yes.
How early would you say it is?
How early does the accountant get up and go and meet Janus?
Oh, I do like to see the sunrise. It brings me joy.
Right.
Cool. In that case, I'll say at about 9 o'clock.
Yep.
Because I am, if not anything benevolent, I will give Panama a call, assuming that she will be woken up by this call.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Next.
So the give me another fate roll on this one actually. Just for
Oh, that's a 99.
ooh, all right. You get her first ring. You like you hear it ring, and then you just hear a, oh my god, what? Who's
Good
calling me this
morning to
early?
you too. Said, and good morning to you too, Miss Panama.
Oh. Yep.
It is a lovely day. I'm just merely checking some details that may have been omitted from last night's encounter. You seemed rather busy. I didn't want to push you.
Oh yeah. Okay. What do you need to know? Just let me get back to sleep.
Of course. Who has told us of this protection racket that is currently going on?
So I didn't quite catch that. What was the question?
Who informed you of the protection racket in going on outside of our sphere?
I don't know. I heard it. It went through a few people by the time I heard about it. I think someone, like one of the shop owners, talked to a friend of theirs about it, and then someone overheard that, and then one of our people overheard that.
You say shops, could you narrow that down to any particular ones, maybe?
Like, I heard that, like, there was a furniture shop or something got hit. Like, just, I don't know, man. Just, this is your job to find out this stuff. Why? I'm not doing it.
Of course, of course. And just one final thing. We are under the impression this is just a protection racket. A few nobodies making moves that they think they know better, but nothing more.
As far as
Or
we
is
can
this-
tell, there haven't been any moves bigger than that.
Perfect. And then I will allow you to, I will depart and allowing you to return to your
Yo!
list.
And she hangs up on you.
Excellent. Well,
Kind of looks around the slummy area where he stays, even though it is bathed in the morning sun. Thinks for a moment, realizing there is not going to be a furniture shop within 10 miles of where he's currently standing. So I'm going to... Well, actually, no, I'm going to start making my way to towards Master Janus's place.
Yeah.
That's what I'm planning to do. And on the way, I'm going to start having a think about where I'd find such a shop if there is districts that are more more likely to have that than not.
Yep.
Right.
No worries. Yeah, I can't remember if I actually, when she talked to you last night, did she mention that it was sort of like around the Riverside area.
Oh, she did?
I that was meant to be.
You
Hmm.
Yeah, okay. I got North Riverside from you when I asked of places that weren't controlled by us.
Yeah, maybe that was it.
Apologies, I must have missed it.
I
Cool.
I
Excellent.
could
Can
have
a
also
location
forgotten to
intent?
have her give you that information, but that is my
All
bad.
GBs.
Yes, it is around that area is where she sort of has pointed you to.
Cool. Excellent. In that case, yes. So I will make my way to basically, as you mentioned, like the old town wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, you make your way past the docks and then up through the Wallside district. You know, all the various traders and whatnot, and market stalls up to the big gate and the wall of Old Town.
Excellent. Are there any, for lack of better words, kind of like kids run around, orphans, that type of thing?
Yeah, probably. Like you could see some children, just playing in the streets and stuff.
Excellent.
You definitely catch the eye of some of them as your impressive physique sort of strolls up the road.
Excellent. I'm going to find one that looks. Could I determine which one of these children looks to be the smartest?
Roll an insight.
Hell yeah. Oh, I'm trained in that. 18.
Ooh, very nice. Yeah, like you see there seems to be like a little high elf boy. Who just judging by the look at his eye seems to be like a bit more keen of mind than the rest of the group he's sort of just playing with.
And I call over. You there, boy.
Yes.
Would you like to make some coin?
What I gotta do?
Very simple. I need you to deliver a message for me. I will give you half now, half upon your return. And if your job is done well, I will give some coin to your friends. They will see you as a great hero. Seem reasonable?
I like that. What I gotta do?
Excellent. Making your way up, there's a young master who resides in this place by the name of Janus. He would be about twice and a bit your age. Tell him that his companion is going to be looking at a furniture shop in north side of the river. It'd be a good idea perhaps for him to meet me there. Can you remember that?
Yeah. Yeah, I got that. But
Okay, I'll pull out 2 gold coins, and I'll offer him 1.
thanks. Just
You're
one
smart.
sec.
So just remember, if you screw this up, you miss out on a lot more gold than you have now. And you may make a mistake bigger than you think. Capiche?
Oh, capiche. 1 second though. Where do I find you to get this gold? Do I just escort?
Return here. I will wait. You do not need to escort him. He has grown enough.
Alrighty. Back soon then. And the kid heads off.
Sweet. I'll just hang out here, just kind of keeping an eye on things, seeing if there's anyone sus, just out of a curiosity, knowing that no one here is going to be sus because of exactly where we are, but
Yeah.
still.
Fair.
And, just for heck, I'll time the kid while I'm at it.
Nice.
Just curious.
Alright. Well, let's move over to Janus. Janus is you're in the keep grounds. It's your marksmanship lesson.
Yes. So in the on the keep grounds, under the watchful eye of a professionally, well, I have a professional tutor.
Hmm.
Janus has gotten his hands a moderate but lower power sort of training warbow, and he's firing at targets down the other end of the grounds.
Yeah, there's a large section of the there's like a training area in the keep from ancient days past and stuff.
Yeah, excellent.
It's where some of the guard, the military of Arkpoint do come to occasionally train.
Much to his tutor's confusion, Janus is training in his armor. He
Yeah,
likes that armor.
the tutor at this point is he still doesn't understand it, but he doesn't bother trying to talk you out of it these days.
Yep.
I guess give me an attack roll to see how well you do.
Yes. Pretty sure I'm proficient with. Yes. Of course, I'm a fighter.
Yes.
That's a 15.
A 15.
15.
Well. You hit the target. Not bullseye, but close.
Satisfying shot.
Yeah, satisfying shot. Well done, young master. You have a keen eye.
It's a little low. Hang on. Reaches back, grabs another arrow, knocks it.
Yep.
You see kind of closing one eye, and then closing the other eye. And the instructor noticed there's a slight sort of offset in his stance, like this not quite perfect.
Yeah, what's your footing there?
Right, yes, that's the one. Adjusts his footing, settles into a much better stance. 16 on the attack roll.
You hit slightly closer to the bullseye. Just above the first arrow. Well, you're getting better. As you're reaching for a third arrow, a young guard walks up, gives you a quick salute, and says, "Sorry, Master Janus, there's someone to see you at the front gate. Seems to be a young child."
Janus gives a sort of confused look.
That he has a message for you or something.
Sir, I'll be back shortly. And gently rests the bow down on the armory table.
You do. I'll be waiting.
Alright. He follows the guard out to the front gate.
Yeah. At the front gate, you see this, 9-year-old, very young-looking elven boy. You Janus?
Yeah.
I got a
Can
message.
I assist you?
Yeah. Your compatriot is gonna be looking at furniture shopping north of the river. If that means anything to you.
Oh. Right. Thank you.
Welcome.
I got the message.
He also said you might have a gold or two for me.
Then he probably does.
You hand over fortune coin?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Much appreciated.
Sure. He's a smart one.
Yeah, and then he walks. He makes his way back through Old Town towards the gate.
Alright. I come back to the archery instructor.
Yep.
I'm afraid there's something I have to attend to in town. I'm afraid I'm going to have to cut this lesson short. Same time next week?
Same time next week, yes. I'll
Don't worry, I'll try to get some private practice in between now and then.
see that you do. I'll be watching you next week, see if you've improved. Good day, sir.
Thank you.
And he lets
Janus
you
is
go.
going to sort of clamber up to, well, not clamber, head up to his room and grab a handful of his things.
Meanwhile, the elven boy comes back to the accountant. I delivered
As
your
he's
message.
making his way, I would like to listen to the sound that he makes when he walks.
Give me a perception check.
Dang it. It is. No, it's 5.
Yeah.
Passive 17, active 5.
Fair.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet.
You don't hear anything out of the usual.
Excellent. See kid make his way back around.
Yeah.
Kind of stand up. I mean, I like to think it's kind of like leaning down, looking at whatever it is the other children were like, either like drawing in the dirt or playing with or whatever.
Yeah.
Just kind of like stand back up to my full height and look over to him.
I'm guessing that your return signifies your completion. Would that be correct?
Yeah. No, you got the message.
And I offer out my hand with the second gold coin.
Much appreciated.
I trust so. Say, what's your name, kid?
My name is Cole.
Oh,
Yeah.
you
And
know,
yours?
most people call me the accountant.
Well, I can see why. You make wise financial decisions, my friend.
I was just thinking the same of you, young man. If I happen to require the services of a young messenger sometime, perhaps I will find you again. Does that sound reasonable?
Yeah, I can see that.
Well, in that case, I wish you a very pleasant day.
And I look over to the other kids, and I'm gonna grab out a handful of 5 silver, and just kind of like throw it to the general group.
So you thank this man who leads you. He has done you a great service.
And I'm going to walk away, making my way to the north side of the river,
Yep.
minus off all my coins that I no longer have.
Awesome.
That smart ass little shit.
I'm not even mad.
Alright.
That was fun.
Do we smash cut across the river?
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
Just realized Miss Cutter is still there. Okay, we'll smash cut to Miss Cotter. What is Miss Cotter up to today?
Well, if I have done my daily chores, gotten out bright and early before sunrise, made sure I've cleaned the entryway, the bedrooms, the kitchens, all of the general spots,
Yeah.
and it's completely tidy and completely clean by 8 a.m.
Yep.
It is a significantly smaller establishment than the Sanguis Manor that I'm used to, and so it gets clean rather quickly. And after I've organized Kit to prepare breakfast and organized the paperwork and taken whatever I needed in, I am lost for something to do. Honestly, I'm a little bit bored, actually. This is, well, if we need any fresh ingredients, I might actually pop down to see that lady at the flower shop again. Lily, I'm a little bit concerned about that area, quite frankly. Especially given it's not usual business that I expect. And it's not controlled by certain people, so it probably is safe to help out if it's necessary. I've frozen the bone to plan to give out at some point, and there's part of the sausages I've set to the side. I think I've make sure Nate's awake.
Yep.
I've prepped coffee. I've pumped him full of it and given him his list of tasks for the day. And then after that, I suppose I go up to my room. I kind of make sure my plants are all right, all of them. Take a couple of, test a couple of the leaves, see if they taste right or if they need more time to grow. And then I go find the mistress. Probably ask if we need anything. Because I'm a little bit antsy, and whether or not it's okay to pick up some more flowers.
Yeah. No, you.
If she's awake.
Yeah. She wakes up probably around 8:30.
So after everything's been clean and organized and completely done, then. All right.
Yeah. She had a nice sleep in.
Is there anything you needed from me, ma'am?
Oh, Miss Cotter.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Well, it looks like the house is in perfect order as usual. I don't have any need of anything particular today.
Nothing at all? Nothing you need me to do? I was thinking of potentially getting the house some flowers. I know you miss a part of...
That would be lovely. Oh,
yes, there's a really nice flower shop by the butchers.
Ooh. Oh, yeah. Flowers would definitely liven this place up a little. Please.
Yes. Is there anything else you want me to keep an eye out for? Is there any events coming up that I should be prepping for or organizing or doing?
Not right now. Though, could I ask a favor? Could keep an
yes,
eye out
certainly.
for some chocolate. I could really use some chocolate today.
Oh, yes.
For dessert. For later. Like.
For dessert. All right. I'll see what I can do. I'm not too sure of any particular chocolate stores. Is it anywhere particular that you're after? Or just keep an eye out?
Just keep an eye out.
Dark? 70% cocoa?
80. I want the bitter
80.
stuff.
Alright, I'll make sure you've got it.
Thank you, Miss Cotter.
No worries. I'll do whatever I can to make sure that you're alright. Okay?
You're too lovely, my dear.
Well,
take care today.
You too. I'll be back as soon. You know how to contact me. I don't know why I keep saying this. It's not like it's any different every. Yes, I'll see you later. Nate.
Yes.
If you can, make sure you balance the incoming contract reports. We're expecting stuff from the legal people today.
Yeah, no, I can help with that. Thank you, Nate. Right. You're such a dear.
See, I told you could do it.
Thanks.
Yeah, don't worry. Also, I'll make sure to pick up some extra chocolate to make some cookies later, alright?
his eyes like he looks very excited for the prospect of cookies.
I'll make sure we'll do the 3-day chocolate chip ones if you can keep your hands away from the batter.
He nods.
Alright. See you later. If I go outside in the same modus operandi as the moment the people are gone, she turns back into Miss Cutter.
Whoop. Adorable Mr.
And she
Cutter.
heads to the flower shops.
Yep.
On the hunt to make sure that things are okay. She's very worried about Lily. And she's also on the hunt for chocolate now. She has a mission, and she will fulfill it.
Just give me an investigation check, just on the way, just to.
At 20.
Oh yeah, you
Miss Cutter, woo! Miss Cutter is definitely finding herself a 80% cocoa.
Oh yeah, yeah. You take your usual route. You've never seen like any confectionery stores, so this time you decide take a slightly different route. You know, and you on your way you do come across a it's a small shop, like it's the width is like the door and then a window about the same width of the door, like you just set into a building, but the sign says confectionery and I'm bad with names.
Confectionery and Crossfire. And it's just got it's just got what is it, crossbow shaped chocolates.
Sure.
I was joking,
The
but alright.
Candy Consortium.
Yeah, confectionery, candy, and
No, 2 is good. Just go with 2.
yeah,
It would be a
confectionery and
combo.
candy. That is what the store says. It is very, very on the nose.
We got 2
Alright.
kinds of candy: confectionery and candy.
Alright, so Miss Cotter pops in. Ding, 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 ding.
Well, hello there.
On the hunt.
How can I help you, young miss?
Hello there. I was on the hunt for 80% cocoa chocolate, if you've got any. Oh, and a mixed bag of chips, if you've got chocolate chips, if you've got them for cookies.
Well, I can help you with that. No problem. This
Oh, understood.
he pulls out a tray from under his counter,
Thank you.
and on it are various chocolates shaped like what are they called?
Sort
My
of
brain just
like
went blank.
rectangular. Hearts.
Farm animals. I don't know
Animals,
why my brain...
understood.
Now, in the 80% range of chocolate, we got the horse and
Yes.
the mule and the Jenny and the donkey.
Well, it sounds like she was kind of on the hunt for all sorts. So I suppose enough to deal with someone who's got a real craving.
Ah, you want the Clydesdale.
Yes, a Clydesdale would be very, very nice. Please, if that's all right with you.
I gotcha.
If I could also grab some chocolate chips for cookies as well. I'll be baking some soon. Or something I can crumble. If it's possible.
Now that I can do. Just wait right here. And
I shall wait right here.
comes back with just like a block of chocolate. Now,
This works?
the secret to good chocolate cookies is not evenly
Yes.
sized chips. And he pulls out just a
No.
hammer and just starts smashing the block of chocolate.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
And then he sweeps it up into a bag and ties it up. He's like, there you go. And the Clydesdale. And pulls out this horse-shaped block of dark chocolate. It's probably about the size of the accountant's fist. Or not fist, like, if he lay his hand
That's
flat.
That's a large piece of chocolate. That's a really large piece of
It's a
chocolate.
big horse.
That's half the size of my torso.
Did you have slightly less of a craving?
Oh, it wasn't for me. It was for my mistress. And the chocolate chips are for cookies. I was gonna make a batch of maybe. Oh, I suppose I'm visiting someone soon, so maybe. Oh, I don't know if he likes sweets though.
Who doesn't like sweets?
Oh, Miss Cutter pauses at that.
Everybody
I'm not
likes
a big
sweets.
fan of- I'm more of a fan of fruit, to be honest. But
Fruits can be sweet.
fruits are sweet, yes. Different kind of sweetness.
Natural sugar makes
but-
them taste so sweet.
Yes. I'll take this bag of chocolate chips, thank you, and these chocolates for the 80%. And I suppose that's about all I need. Thank you so much.
No worries. Have a nice day, miss.
You too, sorry, sir, what's your name?
Clyde.
Clyde. Oh. Clyde. Oh, it's a pleasure to meet you, Clyde. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And how much do I knock off for that chocolate?
That amount? Probably 2 gold?
Is it possible to portion that down to a gold 50?
Yeah, we can do that.
Sweet. Alright, I head back towards the market. I will say that she probably portions out some of, like, maybe a couple of the larger chunks of chocolate chip and puts them in a small bit with maybe a small piece of paper to give to Lily
Oh.
when she
Okay.
comes down to swing by.
Yep.
She heads that way.
Cool.
Keeping a keen eye out, as always.
As always, yes.
She's
yes.
feeling very tense anytime she leaves the house. One thing to stress is that whilst Miss Cutter looks perky and happy and they're ever so innocent, she's walking with a lot of observance. She's quite tense. Pretty much anytime she's outside, especially in open areas. She tends to stick to the sides of streets as opposed to right in the center.
Yep. Okay, so yeah, you make your way. Give me either. Actually, I'll roll, and you give me a perception check.
Alright, I can do that. Oh, it's not a nice perception check.
Okay, Scoop, can you please give me a perception check?
Can do.
Doth it cometh?
What's my
Friendship?
perception? Alright, I'm not mistaken. My
Oh,
perception is +9, so
it-
that's a 21.
So for Miss Cutter, it is a 6.
6. Yes. In that case, Scoop.
Note, I can't be surprised.
Um, while you're making your way, trying to find other possible clues for your investigation, you spot a dark elf woman who looks kind of familiar, but also not. Like, definitely from what you met this maid at this party a few months ago, and she left quite an impression on you. And you think you spot her, like, in the street, but looking at the woman in front of you, across the road, she just doesn't seem right. Like, it's like she's looks very similar, but there's too many differences for it to be the same person. But it definitely causes you to stop and like be like,
All right. Scoop strides forward towards this person. Then one person behind them stops the person to their left and says, "Excuse me, you look very familiar." Wait a minute. Turns.
Do I know you?
Looks at this other person. Sorry. Sorry, you look. Sorry. Sorry. And turns away from this person. You! Addressing. He takes a second to scan the horizon before he sees the person I believe that Ian was hinting at.
Yes.
And says, You. Sorry, my mistake. You seem very familiar to me. Have we met before?
Hello. I mean, hello, sir. Mr. Scoop. Hello, sir.
No, just Scoop, that'll do. Please don't be so formal. Anyway, you seem like you've been shopping here recently. Have you noticed anything strange? Seen any mysterious characters out of the normal?
Miss Cutter just stares at Scoop for a hot second. Kind of breathes a sigh of relief. Are you working for the watch? By any chance?
No. I'm just here making my own private investigation.
That would make
shopping
sense.
for a new chair.
There's a furniture store just down the way if you're looking for somewhere good.
Yes, I saw it. They didn't have one that fit me.
Oh, that's a shame. They tend to do commissions if you ever need it.
Yeah, but those prices though.
I mean, it's hard work. Have you ever tried to chisel your own shirt?
Yes, it didn't work out very well.
Oh, that's a shame. Anyway, yes, there have been some incidents. I'm currently on my way to a person who's witnessed one. Would you like to come with me? My
Really?
name's Miss Cutter.
Ah, good to meet you, Miss Keller. That's interesting. I'd love to join you on this. Please lead the way.
Oh, yes, certainly. And how are you doing?
I'm doing good. Thanks for asking.
Oh, busy?
As busy as I can be. I try to make myself busy now and then.
I see. I tend to be quite busy, though I've had a lot of free time recently. I've got to admit, it's a bit different living here. Compared to my last residence.
Oh, someone nice.
Yes, lots of gardens and rather green. It was really lovely, actually.
Sounds like a treat. I'd love to go there someday.
Yes. Oh, yes, I'm sure you would feel maybe not at home, but perhaps at purpose if you ever went there. Went there.
Cryptic.
Yes,
Anyway,
it's
lead
this
the
way. Anyway, if you'd like to. And Miss Cutter, she's not the wisest. Miss Cutter is trying to make her gather her thoughts as she heads down to this florist.
Yep. Yep.
Uh, Interacting
In the
with
meantime,
a person who doesn't actually recognize it, much to her shock.
in the meantime, the young master has gathered his things and I assume is making his way across town.
Yes. Not really keeping to the back streets so much, just like following the shortest-ish path down to the riverside.
Yeah, there's a big main road that leads down from the keep, sort of down past the Sage Hill and into sort of the where Riverside and the Albert Flat districts sort of meet, and then you can find a pretty good road just across a bridge across the river up to the Riverside North.
Making his way across this bridge, a carriage goes past him and goes, he kind of thinks to himself, I could have hired a carriage for this, that would have been smart.
Yeah.
And keeps going down to the riverside. I don't know if Janus has spent much time in this part of town, so he's kind of wandering, sort of
Probably
half
not, no.
aimlessly and half.
Yeah, the only information you have at the moment is furniture shopping. What is?
If I were a furniture shop, where would I be?
What is the accountant doing? What has he been up to after he left young Cole and his friends?
Well, I probably would have done exactly what I said and made my way to the Riverside North. And I have been here quite a bit. This actually tends to be the general area where I shop. Or at least near enough to that I'm familiar with it. So thinking about that, as I made my way there, I probably would have tried to figure out what were the furniture shops that like carpentry shops that would be that exist there, basically.
Yeah.
Are there many?
There's not heaps here. Most of the tradespeople and stuff tend to be found more in Wallside than Riverside.
Sweet, that'd narrow it down.
Yeah. Like the only one or two you can think of, there's like an elven carpenter who definitely focuses more on like making nice like very decorative furniture and stuff. And that there's a Dragonborn who runs like more works in metal more than wood.
I'll
furniture.
go to the first one, I think.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I can make my way to that to the general area of that first one until I can find it.
Give me an investigation roll. Janus also roll an investigation roll, but with disadvantage.
Oh. All right.
I am not trained in this. 17.
Unless, Janus, you can think of something that would help you, rather than just aimlessly wandering.
Well, because you told me to roll before I came up with anything, that's a 3.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you wander very aimlessly. Potentially in circles.
Do I get a kind of a suspicion that, Master Janus has taken a little bit longer than perhaps I would have first thought?
Yeah. I feel that like you've gotten to, you found
precisely how fast Janus can move.
you found this furniture store with this broken window outside, and you pull your timepiece out of your pocket. Wait, an amount of time that you expect for him to take, and he hasn't arrived yet.
No, I think this is important. I'm just going to kind of basically in the direction of where Janus lives. I will kind of start walking a bit and see if I can kind of find where he may have got detoured. I'm assuming that he's taken like the most direct route
Yeah,
because that's just kind of what he would do.
makes sense. Yeah, you give me. I think fate here, definitely. It's pure luck.
All right. Pure luck. 91.
Count is very lucky.
I know. I've never rolled fate until today, so this is great.
Is your like tens dice is just always on a 9 or something?
I don't know. I've never used them before today.
Yeah.
They're new.
Fair enough.
You got something to prove. You're doing great, guys.
I did roll a 70 earlier, so it's definitely not unbalanced. Yeah, you quickly find Janus sort of like what you see is him walking down the street ahead of you, away from you, but you definitely have a larger stride than him, so
Excellent.
you can catch up to him.
I will make my way up beside him and say, I believe the area you are looking for is to the northeast, Master Janus.
Just whips around. Just,
it's just torso.
It's like, how did you know I would walk and forget to take a carriage?
I know things. It's what I do. But it's good news.
I don't know if that's comforting or not. Lead the way.
You'll pick it up in time. And as we kind of like make our way back to where I was, I'll kind of explain, based just on the outside appearance, this is what happens when a protection racket doesn't protect and just enforces itself. Kind of reiterating the idea. To the accountant, there's a good way to do business, and then there's a bad way of doing business. And being the thing that you insure against is bad business, because it leads to people like me arriving. Doing an actual protection racket doesn't. It protects people, and that's different. That's smart business. And I kind of want to make sure, like, I try and explain that there is that difference between these two things.
And you see, it's like you see Janus kind of piecing it together, or at least piecing together your sort of aspect of it.
Well, Master Janus, I ask you this. Do your family hire private security for your establishment?
They do. Yeah.
Then it is no
there's quite a few.
different if the security firm in question approached you and warned you of the dangers in your area. Whether you take her or not should always be the choice of the individual. That's when it is done well, smart. Sometimes, and I think you have learnt this by now, the bureaucracy and red tape of your normal city watch can sometimes get in the way of doing what needs to be done. And so civilians find themselves in a position they must reach out for external protection.
I have seen the guard's rulebook. It is quite a big book. Huh.
For now,
Oh, no. You go. I was just thinking out loud.
For now, if I have understood correctly, there is a carpenter who is... At the moment, they have only broken his front window. If he does not acquiesce to their demands, I suspect it will elevate the situation to something more sinister. We have an opportunity to do something about that.
Well, then let's go. He kind of perks up and goes bright-eyed again.
Love him. He's so great. And we're gonna make our way back over to the carpentry place for the broken window.
Yep. Well, as you make your way towards the carpentry place, and as Miss Cutter and Scoop make their way to the florist, there can be heard some shouting from one of the other streets, and then there's a large bang or like kind of explosion sound and a plume of smoke, and a bunch of people start screaming.
Oh dear. Miss Cutter just bolts
Cool.
in that direction.
As you,
Is it?
Similarly with Scoop.
and I think as you guys make your way towards that, I'll stop the session here. We'll resolve that next week.
Ooh.
You gonna do that to us?
We're not even gonna meet each other's gazes. Are you serious?
Come on, let us see each other.
Okay.
Let us see each other.
Because I'd like to turn to Janus before we start going, and I say,
Yeah, me too.
And now you can see this is the example of bad business. We should
That'd
go.
that'd be the racket.
and we off.
Okay.
Oh!
As you, all of you make your way towards the source of this racket, you see a shop front starting to burn, and at either end of the street, Miss Cutter and Scoop, you come down one end, and down the other end past this shop front, you see the familiar figures of a young noble boy and a large half-orcish accountant.
And
Ah.
the immediate reaction is, Miss Cutter, top of her lungs, nothing. You brought him?
He has to learn somehow.
What are you two doing here? How did the three of us meet up like this?
and
That line.
and with that, we shall end today's session.
Thank you.
Oh, excellent.
So glad we got at least a second to see each other.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That was glorious.
Man, things are kicking off. Gonna be like next session.
Ooh,
Yeah.
yeah.